Airports are stressful enough. The long lines, the crowded checkpoints, that sinking feeling that one small mistake could throw your whole trip off track. But in 2025, there's a brand new hurdle every traveler needs to know about. The TSA is cracking down on how you carry your medication. Pills, liquids, prescription bottles, medical devices, everything is under stricter scrutiny. And here's the reality. Medicine isn't like forgetting your headphones or a toothbrush. If it's delayed, questioned, or taken away, your health and your trip could be at risk. That's why today on Travel Vibes, I'm sharing 15 essential strategies that every air traveler, from the seasoned frequent flyer to the once-a-year vacationer, needs to master to get through security smoothly with medication. So if you love travel, if you value peace of mind, and if you want practical skills to make every airport less stressful, you're in the right place. Stick with me until the end because I promise these tips will change the way you fly. And hey, if you're passionate about traveling smarter, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next Travel Vibes guide. Number 1. Keep pills in your personal item, not just your carry-on. Let's start with one of the most overlooked but most important rules. Yes, pills are allowed in both your carry-on and your checked luggage. But here's the reality. Checked bags get lost. Gate agents may tag your roller bag at the last minute when overhead bins are full, and suddenly, it disappears into the system. If your medication is in there, your trip, and even your health, could be at risk. That's why seasoned flyers, from road warriors to retirees, enjoying their golden years, treat this as a golden rule. Wallet, passport, and medication always stay in your personal item. The small bag under your seat is your safety net. No matter what chaos happens in the cabin, you'll have the essentials within reach. Think about it. Even well-known travelers like Rick Steves remind us that flexibility comes from preparation. Your medicine is not just luggage, it's your lifeline. So keep it close and give yourself the freedom to travel with confidence and peace of mind. Number 2. Pills versus liquids. Know the difference. Now let's clear up one of the biggest points of confusion at airport security. The TSA makes a very sharp distinction between pills and liquids. Solid medication, whether vitamins, pain relievers, or daily prescriptions, has no size limit and doesn't need to go in your liquids bag. You can keep them in your carry-on or even in checked luggage, though we've already agreed your safest bet is to keep them with you. But liquid medication is a different story. It's exempt from the 3.4-ounce rule, yet it must be declared. That means if you're traveling with cough syrup, insulin, or liquid nutrition, don't try to squeeze it into a tiny bottle. Instead, confidently tell the officer, "I have medically necessary liquids." Sometimes they'll wave you through, other times they'll ask you to place the bottles in a gray bin for separate screening. The key is not to panic. Frequent travelers know that consistency isn't guaranteed. Different airports, even different terminals, may handle this differently. But when you stay calm and declare your medicine openly, you set the tone. Just like Anthony Bourdain often reminded us, travel rewards those who embrace unpredictability with confidence. Number 3. Original bottles. Recommended, not always required. This is where many travelers start to feel confused. The TSA itself does not demand that you keep every pill in its original container. For daily use, a pill organizer can make life easier and save space in your bag. However, the story doesn't end there. Some states in the US and many countries abroad have far stricter rules when it comes to controlled substances. Think about medications like painkillers or ADHD prescriptions. While TSA agents in Atlanta or Chicago may wave you through, a customs officer in Mexico City or Tokyo could stop you on the spot. Even in certain US states, carrying these medications without the label can create legal problems. Travelers who love exploring new places know the value of proof and preparation. That's why the smartest move is to carry at least a few days' worth of your medicine in the original bottle with the prescription label clearly visible, even if you organize the rest in a travel case. It's like a safety net. Just as travel experts like Samantha Brown remind us, being prepared removes unnecessary stress. And when you're free from worry, you can focus on what really matters, the joy of your journey. Number 4. Plan for screening delays. Time is your best ally. Now let's talk about something every flyer has faced at least once. Delays at security. You breeze into the airport thinking you've timed it perfectly, and then suddenly you're pulled aside because your cooler, your ice pack, or even your inhaler needs extra testing. The minutes tick by, and what started as a calm morning quickly turns into panic. The best solution is surprisingly simple. Time is your ally. For domestic flights, give yourself at least 2 hours. For international journeys, 3 hours is the smart buffer. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about being prepared. If your liquid medication sets off an alarm, you'll have the breathing space to handle it without racing down the concourse. Travel lovers know that patience is part of the adventure. Just as aviation legend Amelia Earhart once said, preparation is 2/3 of any adventure. Arriving early isn't just about catching your flight. It's about protecting your health, keeping your stress low, and starting your journey with peace of mind instead of panic. Number 5. Coolers, ice packs, and accessories are allowed, but declared. For many travelers, certain medicines need to stay cool at all times. If you rely on insulin, biologics, or special eye drops, a small cooler, gel packs, or freezer packs become part of your travel routine. The good news is that TSA does allow these items, but there's a catch. They must go through the X-ray machine, and if the image isn't clear, officers may swab or even open them for extra testing. Here's a smart trick to save yourself stress. Make sure your packs are frozen solid before you leave for the airport. A rock-hard pack looks harmless, but a half-melted slushy pack often raises questions. Frequent flyers know this tiny detail can mean the difference between a smooth journey and a frustrating delay. Think of it like packing for adventure. The more organized and ready you are, the easier your path will be. As travel writer Paul Theroux once said, travel is glamorous only in retrospect. In the moment, it's preparation that keeps the trip enjoyable. Keeping your medicine cold, safe, and declared with confidence is part of that preparation. Number 6. Pack extra. Because life happens. Anyone who loves to travel knows that not every journey goes according to plan. Flights get canceled, luggage gets delayed, and pharmacies abroad don't always have what you need. That's why one of the smartest habits of seasoned flyers is to always carry a little extra. The golden rule is simple. Pack 3 to 5 additional days of medication. It's a small precaution that can make a huge difference when life throws a curveball. But don't stop there. Carry a printed list of your prescriptions, including the generic name, the dosage, and your doctor's contact information. Add your pharmacy's number too. Having these details on hand gives you options if you ever need a refill in an unfamiliar place. To make it even easier, keep a digital copy on your phone or stored safely in the cloud. Frequent travelers understand that peace of mind comes from preparation. As Benjamin Franklin wisely said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. When it comes to medication, a little foresight ensures that no delay, no lost bag, and no unexpected detour can stand between you and your health. Number 7. Understand international restrictions. Here is where many well-meaning travelers stumble. The medicines you rely on every day in the United States may be completely illegal abroad. What feels routine at home can suddenly place you in violation of local law. For example, pseudoephedrine, the active ingredient in common cold medicines like Sudafed, is banned in Japan and Mexico. Certain inhalers are restricted in Tokyo. Medications like Adderall and some opioids are strictly forbidden in multiple countries, no matter how legitimate your prescription may be. That's why the safest move is to always do your homework before packing. Check the embassy website of your destination, and if you're not sure, print or screenshot the official guidelines. It's easy to assume that if your doctor prescribed it, it must be acceptable everywhere. But international travel operates under a different set of rules, and unfortunately, ignorance won't protect you. Experienced flyers know that understanding cultural and legal differences is part of the adventure. As Mark Twain once said, travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. When it comes to medicine, awareness isn't just enlightening. It's essential for keeping your journey smooth and stress-free. Number 8. Separate and label for easy screening. We've all seen that traveler at the checkpoint fumbling through their bag, holding up the line, and looking more stressed by the second. You don't want to be that person. The simplest way to avoid it is to keep all your medications in a clear pouch or case. That way, if a TSA officer asks, you can pull it out in one smooth, confident motion. Think of airport security like a little choreography. Boarding pass in hand, shoes off, laptop ready, and your medicine pouch prepared. When everything flows seamlessly, you'll glide through while others scramble. It not only saves time but also lowers your stress, which every air traveler knows is priceless. People who love flying tend to appreciate order and efficiency, and this small habit delivers both. Even Marie Kondo, known for her philosophy of tidying, reminds us that when things are organized, they spark joy. At the airport, organization doesn't just spark joy, it can save your trip. A clear case with labels makes you look prepared, responsible, and ready for adventure. Number 9. TSA Cares, a lifeline for travelers with special needs. Here's a tip that many travelers have never even heard of, yet it can make all the difference. The TSA runs a program called TSA Cares, designed specifically for passengers who need extra assistance. If you or someone you travel with has limited mobility, PTSD, autism, or even just struggles with the pace of crowded security lines, this program allows you to request a dedicated lane with specially trained officers. The process is simple, but it does require planning. You need to schedule it in advance, about 5 days before your trip. The reward, however, is huge. What might normally feel like chaos suddenly becomes a calm, supportive experience. Seniors who travel with medical devices like CPAP machines or insulin pumps especially find this service invaluable because it takes away the stress of explaining everything in a rush. True travel lovers know that comfort isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And as Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. TSA Cares is proof that with the right support, your journey can start with dignity, ease, and even a little joy. Number 10. Communicate clearly and respectfully. It may sound almost too simple, but it is one of the most powerful strategies you can use. At airport security, communication is everything. Instead of waiting to be questioned, speak up first. A calm sentence like, "I have liquid medication that needs to stay cold," or "I'm wearing an insulin pump," instantly sets the tone. Even mentioning, "I have metal plates in my knee, it might trigger the scanner," shows that you're proactive, not hiding anything. When you take the lead, you reduce suspicion and build trust. Officers see you as prepared and cooperative, which makes the whole process smoother. Every frequent flyer knows that in security lines, perception matters just as much as rules. People who love air travel often value smooth experiences and respectful interactions. As Dale Carnegie once said, "Respect other people's dignity, and they will give you theirs." A friendly tone, a little clarity, and a respectful attitude not only protect your health but also transform what could be a stressful checkpoint into just another easy step on your journey. Number 11. Use technology to your advantage. One of the best things about traveling in 2025 is that we have tools previous generations never dreamed of. Smart travelers use technology not just for booking flights or tracking luggage, but also to keep their health and medications safe. Health apps today let you store prescriptions securely so that even if paper copies are lost, the information is right at your fingertips. Both iPhone and Android devices allow you to set up a digital medical ID that shows your conditions and medications in case of emergencies, a feature many doctors strongly recommend. You can even create a cloud backup by emailing yourself photos of your prescription labels. That way, if your bag disappears in Rome or Rio, your phone becomes your portable pharmacy file. Frequent flyers know the comfort of redundancy. When you have a backup, stress melts away. As the famous futurist Alvin Toffler once noted, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." Embracing technology in your travel routine isn't just convenient, it's part of being a truly prepared modern traveler. Number 12. Don't forget about over-the-counter meds. Flowing from tech prep to what's inside your pouch, there's one blind spot even frequent flyers miss. We focus on prescriptions and forget that over-the-counter medicines can trigger questions too. Cough syrups with strong decongestants, popular sleep aids, and even melatonin are tightly controlled in some countries. What seems harmless at home can be treated as a regulated substance abroad. The fix is simple and traveler-friendly. Keep key items in original packaging so ingredients are visible, match the generic name to what foreign rules list, carry only reasonable personal use quantities, and if a liquid is medically necessary, declare it with confidence. A quick check of embassy advisories before you pack turns guesswork into certainty and keeps your trip smooth. If you love flying, the window seat views, the smart packing, the seamless connections, the feeling of freedom at 35,000 feet, this level of organization is part of your identity. As Louis Pasteur said, chance favors the prepared mind. A few minutes of research and clear labels transform nervous moments at the checkpoint into calm, confidence on the move. Number 13. Swap liquids for wipes whenever possible. Now let's move into one of the most practical hacks that seasoned flyers absolutely love. Wipes simply don't count as liquids, and that makes them a traveler's best friend. Instead of stressing over the 3.4-ounce rule, you can pack hand sanitizer wipes or disinfecting wipes without worrying about alarms. Even common remedies like Pepto-Bismol chewables can replace bulky liquid bottles, saving both space and hassle. This small switch carries big rewards. Your bag becomes lighter, your screening becomes smoother, and you avoid that last-minute shuffle at the security line. Travelers who enjoy flying often appreciate clever solutions, and wipes are one of those quiet game changers that keep you moving confidently. It's these little choices that add up to a seamless trip. As the writer William Morris once said, "Have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful." In travel, usefulness reigns supreme. Wipes aren't just convenient, they bypass unnecessary rules and let you focus on the joys of the journey rather than the stress of the checkpoint. Number 14. Master the psychology of the line. At airport security, it's not only about the rules, it's about your mindset. Travelers often get frustrated, flustered, or even panicked when the line feels slow or unpredictable. But seasoned flyers know that the real secret is to stay calm. When your medication is neatly organized and your documents are ready, you project confidence. Officers pick up on that energy, lines move faster, and your own stress drops dramatically. It helps to remember that you can't control the TSA or the pace of the crowd. What you can control is your preparation, your patience, and your attitude. People who love to fly usually embrace the rhythm of travel, the waiting, the moving, the sense of anticipation before takeoff. If you approach the line with calm clarity, you're already ahead. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In security lines, this wisdom rings true. A steady smile and a relaxed outlook won't just help you pass through checkpoints, it sets the tone for the entire journey. Number 15. Build a redundancy plan. Finally, let's talk about one of the smartest habits of experienced travelers, thinking like an engineer and always having a backup. Flights can be rerouted, bags can be misplaced, and security checks can sometimes separate you from your belongings. That's why it pays to split your medication between two bags, so if one is delayed, the other is still with you. It's also wise to carry a simple doctor's note explaining why you need each medication. This small piece of paper can answer questions before they're even asked, and can give you authority when language barriers or cultural differences arise. On top of that, keep a tiny emergency stash in your jacket pocket or travel wallet. It's the kind of foresight that gives peace of mind, especially if you love to fly with confidence and freedom. Travel enthusiasts know that resilience is built on preparation. As the great pilot Charles Lindbergh once said, "Real freedom lies in boldness." In the world of air travel, boldness comes from being ready for the unexpected. With a redundancy plan in place, no setback can derail your journey, because you'll always have what matters most right within reach. So there you have it, 15 essential strategies to help you navigate TSA's crackdown on medication in 2025. Some are official rules, others are clever hacks, but when you weave them together, they give you something far more valuable than just information. True peace of mind. Traveling with medication doesn't have to feel overwhelming. With the right preparation, you safeguard your health, skip unnecessary drama, and walk through airport security not as a nervous passenger, but as a confident traveler who knows exactly what to expect. Because in the end, travel isn't about fear, it's about freedom. And when you know your rights, your routines, and your smart travel habits, you're stepping onto that plane with clarity, calm, and excitement for the journey ahead. So pack wisely, fly confidently, and embrace every adventure that waits for you beyond the checkpoint. Safe travels, and remember, here on Travel Vibes, we're all about helping you fly smarter, smoother, and with a smile.